Yo, how do you do, fellow humans? My name's Arthur, also known as Artemis Wolf. I am making this video to talk a little bit about my first DEFCON experience. For those who are not tracking, DEFCON is kind of the cybersecurity convention held on a yearly basis in Vegas. But let's get right to it. Obviously, or maybe not so obvious, this is the badge from DEFCON 32 that I just went to about a week ago. It's a lot of fun. Customizable LEDs and everything. I added pins and such, of course. As for the process of going to DEFCON, there's kind of an onboarding thing you end up having to go through. Step one is LineCon and human registration, which is to say you go stand in line and get your badge, and then, you know, you, Step two is badge assembly. You put the thing together. Take it out of the bag. Pro tip, DFIU, don't F it up and drop it within the first couple minutes, because that's exactly what I did. Stepped outside and, don't mind the dog, she's talking. Stepped outside and promptly dropped my badge. Fun stuff. It still works, and it still worked just fine, but, yeah, that felt pretty noob. In any case, step 3 of DEFCON onboarding is hydrate or perish, because it's really hot in Vegas. You're in a desert, and you're gonna want to drink water. Drink water. It's so important. Step 4 of DEFCON onboarding, I found out, is abandon any plan you had. I had a brief list of things that I had been aware of were going to be happening at DEFCON that I wanted to go see, whether it was talks or workshops or demos or what have you. And I largely ended up abandoning that plan as soon as I stepped through the doors, because holy moly, there is so much to do. There's so much activity, and it's kind of sensory overload. It was a lot of fun. In any case, on the note of abandon any plan you had, I have a couple of regrets. There was a Welcome to DEFCON talk from Jeff Moss, also known as the Dark Tangent. He's the individual we have to thank for DEFCON being a thing in the first place, if I'm not mistaken. There was also a discussion held by Cory Doctorow, who has a whole spiel about how the internet has started to gradually crumble in quality over the years, and that would have been interesting to see. Final regret, James Kettle of Port Swigger Labs had a Listen to the Whispers talk about some web timing stuff. And that would have been also interesting to make it to. On the bright side, most of these talks are recorded, so that's the other thing about the abandon any plan you had. You end up sort of triaging things you wanted to do versus what's in front of you right now and what you know you won't have an opportunity to get to later, things like that. Lots of fun. In any case, let's move on to the swag that I got while at DEFCON. You can see here a whole slew of stickers that I got during the excursion. A whole sheet of stickers that came with the badge. Really enjoy some of these. Pierce flew first. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid you effed it up. That's reference to a fun little event at DEFCON. Cool little MAC address cheat sheet sticker. I liked that. Stickers were good. As for the non-sticker items, let's shift a little bit over to here. And here you can see a whole bunch of nifty things that I ended up finding or picking up or being handed or what have you during DEF CON. That's pretty spiffy. Buttons, some googly eyes, couple of poker chips, pretty spiffy pen with multiple colors. Certainly like that. On the list of things you end up finding a lot of at DEF CON are spiffy little rabbit holes and such on tables, such as these cards. These three obviously are part of the gold bug from Crypto Village. This, I still haven't quite figured out who it's by. Let's take a look at the other side of these cards, shall we? Sure, you can see how interesting these might have been. Just walking around and you pick up a card and there's things on it, and they're pretty interesting. Another card, one of my favorites, was this one. And if you happen to be familiar with phone phreaking, if you visit this here number, you can be led through a neat little adventure in clicking buttons on a phone, like the old days, like they used to do. Another favorite item was this business card. Points to this individual and White Knight Labs for a brilliant business card. Metal, and we've got this sort of grill portion here. Tactile. Definitely end up wanting to hold on to that, keep it, mess around with it, clink it against things. It's kind of smart. I like it. Another favorite thing that I found during my DEF CON adventure was this little JTAG SAO that you can clip onto the badge. It's an inert circuit. It doesn't seem to light up or do anything special. It's just there, just clipped on. But yeah, go ahead and sound off in the comments if you have any idea who Janet Goof might be. In any case, that concludes the swag section and my favorite things. Let's talk about a couple of the favorite things about DEF CON that I wanted to bring up. There are so many people that show up to this event. I was really floored by just the sheer number of individuals at this con, at this convention. There were so many people moving around, and it was really, really cool. Especially if you start off in kind of a situation where you kind of feel like you're one of the only people, or if you don't know many, lovers of weird machines in your given area, then that can be a whole eye-opening experience to realize there's so many of us. It's so cool. People from all walks of life. I was hearing so many different languages and voices and people walking around and chattering about things, but it was neat to hear people talking about stuff that I know about, like tools that I know about, and like different Yeah, it was a really, really great kind of experience. Not only that, like, looking around, when you're there, you kind of get this sudden awareness of, like, oh wow, calling all outcasts. Like, we're all a little weird and goofy and wacky people, and I love that. I love that about this community. Um, as for parting thoughts, if you're thinking about going to DEF CON and you've been kind of sitting on that idea or you're nervous about it, I would highly suggest you know, go get it done. Like, go, take that trip if you can afford it, and do the thing, because it's worth it. It's worth it. I am 100% hooked. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a yearly thing for me, come hell or high water kind of deal, because this was just an amazing experience, and I couldn't see skipping this for the world. Um, in any case, I think that's it, really. Hack a Planet. Arthur out.